Legend of War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster battle playing as Marathi going up against the Empire, where they're bringing 3 full stacks out. It's not all of its amazing troops, but there just is a lot of them. So we've got a Shade Doom stack in here, which is very good for Marathi because she boosts Shades by quite a bit. And she just recently captured Wiesman, so she's stuck inside there. The garrison hasn't had a chance to replenish, not that it would have provided that much value anyway. And he's decided that not controlling large army was the right move, which it isn't in this situation here. This map, which normally we would hate, this is the Empire Sigmar statue map, which is really bad for defending if you're the Empire, is actually pretty good if you're defending as the Dark Elves with this kind of army formation. It's primarily because there's so many trees in each of the corners, right? And Reaper bolt throwers can hide in trees. So there is oftentimes a misconception within the Total War Warhammer community about which artillery units can hide in the trees or not. And it comes down to, it's very easy to see, it just needs to have the hide in forest trait in their unit card. If they don't have that, then they can't hide. But the Elven artillery can hide in trees. So this enables us to use our wizards to thin them out a little bit before using their shades to get the jump on them. I probably don't even really need to use the Reaper Bolt Throwers at all. The only reason you put Reaper Bolt Throwers in the Shades army is for when you're the attacker and for when you're fighting like a siege. Apart from that, Shades work way better away from the Reaper Bolt Throwers. You don't want to hold a defensive position with them. And let's jump in here and see what we can do. We want to control large armies. So Marathi's a good spellcaster, but none of her spells are quite as powerful as fire magic, so that's what we want to use to begin with. However, Marathi can regenerate, and this one here can't. They're probably going to try to focus fire on her, which it's going to be difficult to dodge the Hellblaster Volleygun's shots, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, unfortunately, doing a lot of the disasters that I do, a lot of people just put don't control large armies as a default all the time, but it's not always the best course of action. So what we want to do here, just send them into the corner while we figure this out. Okay, so where there's reinforcements coming in, they're probably going to be fairly blobbed up. It might be a good opportunity to go over there and cast the fire spells. If we go over here, those artillery are going to be difficult to deal with. I'd rather not have to waste all their ammo. Because they're going to be advancing at the same time. If you're the attacker, it's fine because they're standing still. But when you're the defender, trying to waste ammunition is actually quite painful because all of their units are advancing at different rates. And because each type of ammunition requires different techniques for dodging, having to use multiple techniques at the same time just muddles the situation up and makes it really difficult. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is land Marathi. Why couldn't you go for this one? Land Marathi right in the middle there. Try to get them to crowd around her. That's it, just wait. And then burn the shit out of them. Now, funny thing... Oh no. I was just wondering if they would put that anti-fire effect in them. Definitely wouldn't hurt us at all to get rid of this Huntsman General early. So that's... Yeah, they're starting to come over here now. Okay, you can sustain there a bit longer. She's taking a bit of damage. So we could Pit of Shades, but Flamestorm is better. Considering these are just spearmen, it might be better just to use Burning Head. Yeah, get them off the battlefield. That's fine. We just want to win this battle here. And you can finish them off later. We don't need to wipe them out entirely. Just Burning Head. Because, yeah, that way we can get them to break. But, yeah, these Huntsman Generals are a pain in the ass, so it might be good to get rid of them. Yeah, mortar ammunition, that's fine. We don't really need to dodge that. That's it. Keep bringing more guys over here. Those damn fire arrows. Marathi's not exactly the best duelist, so sometimes you just have to suck it up. Okay, you really should have put the potion of toughness on the hero, not the lord, because Marathi can regenerate naturally anyway.
Feel my fury. Rukis revenge. On the move. Going. Dark sorceress.
Okay, trees provide us some defenses there, which was nice of them. Come on, move. Alright, so we managed to get quite a few kills in there and routed a lot of their units, so that's good. Okay, Marathi's getting out. So Hellstorm rocket battery ammo being wasted is definitely a good thing. Bouncer power is even, but there's still a lot of enemy reinforcements. Thing to keep in mind as well, that a lot of their units are low tier trash, and that's actually really bad for Shades if you're badly outnumbered by them. As I've explained before, their ammunition is actually worth more than the bloody Spearmen, which is why you need to use magic to get rid of it. You want to be taking your Shades and using them against the enemy's most elite troops. That way they're trading well. Shooting Spearmen is just a waste of their potential, because you just don't have unlimited ammunition. Yeah, bounce power's not enough ever, that's okay. Okay, we can use the Sigmar statue to try to avoid the Great Cannon and the Hellblaster volley guns. Those are going to be the biggest problem. But you can see that the... Oh man, that is a delicious blob over there. I might go for an overcasted Pit of Shades.
By my hand, Marathi moves. Come with me.
Because I don't want to send her too close to the artillery. She'll get shot down too easily.
On the move.
So that costs 15 Winds of Magic. That's a little bit cheaper than what it would be on another Shadow Wizard. Flamestorm probably would have still been a better choice. I just don't want to risk this one's health.
Forward, I move. Eager for blood. Marathi. Going. Indeed.
So yeah, we can use the terrain as a shield here.
On the move.
It's funny how this settlement, which is like 90% of all Empire minor settlements, is so detrimental to the Empire. All of their enemies can make use of it, but the Empire, it's just so bad for them. Now, as they clump up around here, this is why we want to control large armies. The more of them that come into a blob, the better. The more of them that blob up around here, the easier it will be to burn them. Just got to try to avoid their artillery. So like I said, I'm not really trying to waste their ammo. Not yet, anyway. What I'm trying to do here is just thin out the herd, so that the Shades ammunition doesn't have to be 100% efficient in order to do anything. Okay, there's a blob forming over here. Just wait a little bit. Sometimes a bit of patience will help, especially when we're generating winds. We've got plenty of Winds of Magic reserves. Okay, over there looks alright. Good. Yeah, this terrain is... Oh, shoot. Yeah, don't want to get Luminarched. Especially with Marathi, because she has fire weakness. But she's also got loads of magic resistance, so it's probably actually not that bad for her, comparatively. So yeah, Luminarchs and Great Cannons have different dodge methods. With Luminarchs, you just want to stay the course because they don't use ballistics very well. Whereas with cannons and Hellblaster volley guns, the way to dodge their ammo is to move erratically. They actually do use ballistics, trying to predict where you're going to be. Okay, let's get another one of them down. Look at that blob. Look at that blob. Use the terrain to your advantage and to the enemy's disadvantage. Also, by changing elevation constantly, they just can't predict where we're going to be. So you can see the Fire Wizard is definitely taking some damage, even though I think I'm dodging fairly well. There's just no way to prevent her from taking any kind of damage because there's bullets coming at us, which are a lot more difficult to dodge due to their projectile speed. But we should also be starting to get rid of some of the artillery crew here. So Marathi's got a Greater Arcane of Conduit. That's good. Greater Arcane Conduit. Yeah, that blob's not that strong. Okay, so when that's shooting at us, just stay the course. Because yeah, it's not very good. You have to stand still if you want to get hit by a one of them. Nobody's going over here. That's what we want. We really don't want to land on top of that. That would be, I think, a mistake. Or just land anywhere here. Also, running circles around an artillery piece is a good way to get it to not shoot. Okay, I need some more winds. Best way to generate winds of magic if you've got multiple arcane conduits is use it all at the same time. So I've used up about half of our natural winds. Oh, that looks spicy. Oh, might have that. See if we can hit the cannon crew as well. Good. Get rid of the Great Cannon crew. That way we don't even have to waste their ammo. Yeah, but in the email, the guy just didn't know what to do. I mean, I knew instantly what we had to do here. Just use the wizards, because they just can't deal with it. The AI can't handle this kind of shit at all. We might not even need to use the rest of our army if we keep this up. Although, we've got to keep in mind, I'm thinning them out by a lot, but we're not routing them, because we're in the middle of the map. It's giving them a chance to rally. But yeah, you got to switch that potion of toughness over to the Fire Wizard. You know, no sense in having doubles up on regen abilities. It just goes to waste. Okay, that looks tasty there. I'll take it. Oh, that didn't go where I wanted it to. So that was actually kind of a waste. Alright, we'll just do a different cast then. Here. And they're just going to walk right into that. Okay, watch out for the Luminarch. The funny thing is the Luminarch has the net of Amantok, but the AI just doesn't think to use it. So slowly taking damage with the Fire Wizard. Marathi's taking damage too, but she's regenerating faster than they can dish out damage. And she'll have a lot more missile resistance. Alright. There are units that are leaving the battlefield, that's good. That'll bring in more troops. Give us an idea of what the actual advantage is. Oh man, I really shouldn't have casted those other casts before, because that there is even tastier. And since that one ended up being a complete waste. And because we've got the Wand of Jet, which is really good, but it gives us a cooldown on all of our abilities. But we need the Winds of Magic. Just gotta use it. See if I can get their artillery to actually bomb their own troops. Okay, look, fuck it. I need Pit of Shades. Just didn't have time to wait for it. For the Flamestorm. Even though it would have been better. There's just a golden opportunity there that I couldn't let slip. So using Burning Head is good for breaking some of these units because of the -8 leadership that it applies. Because if we break them 3 times, then they just shatter anyway. See some of them shattered. And since a lot of their units don't have that much armor, it's just as good as Flamestorm sometimes. Don't worry about wasting the Murderous Prowess. That doesn't provide that much of an advantage. Compared to at least what we're doing here. Alright, now we really need to just wait a little bit while we generate some magic, because we've used up most of it. But it'll be soon time to bring out the Shades and lure them into traps. Yeah, really good to see Hellblaster Volley Gun crew not attached to their artillery. That's really good. Like I said, we need to make sure we use both Arcane Conduits at the same time if we want to get any sort of decent regen. Again, we're not trying to waste their ammo. This is all just about trying to get them into really good blobs. And remember, this wouldn't have been anywhere near as juicy if we had not controlled large armies. That was important here, because it allowed us to get more kills. Because the reinforcements that were coming in, none of them were any real concern. It was the initial army that was a concern for the wizards, so that was always going to have to be dealt with. Just waiting for a juicy blob to form, and there it is. Hopefully it goes in the right direction this time.
I go. Marathi moves. Forward. I move.
It did initially. It's still good, but I wanted to go a little bit more that way.
Hatred fly. At once.
Only 2,000 kills. Disgraceful.
Going. Indeed.
Sometimes luck of the draw with these Flamestorms. When you click and drag it, you can give it its initial direction, but it can immediately change direction straight after that. So all you're doing is giving it a bit of a nudge in the right direction. So yeah, look at all those units leaving. That's going to bring in more troops. That's good. Give us an idea of how much actual balance of power they've got left remaining. Yeah, recharge rate's going to get slower and slower now. So it'll take a few moments for their reinforcements to really come into the battlefield. Because they come in from the trees. I'm actually wasting a good amount of their ammo there, just going back and forth here. Well, I'm just waiting for magic to regenerate. We even thinned out their cavalry a fair bit. Okay, the Hellstorm rocket batteries, those would be important to get rid of. It's very easy to waste their ammo, though. Yeah, more reinforcements coming in from over here.
Moving forward. Now. Seeking victims.
Alright, I reckon if we're patient, we can get maybe 3 more casts of Flamestorm. Get another few hundred kills. Just while their reinforcements are coming in here. Just wait for their magic to regenerate. Now, if we took the Fire Wizard and moved her somewhere else, then they'll just follow her because she cannot hide in this situation at all. So she's best off just staying here with Marathi. Just in case you were wondering, you know, why not send the Fire Wizard off elsewhere? You know, they'll send half their army to go chase after her. And that'll also mean not very good blobs. So she's lost about half of her health so far, which isn't too bad considering how many shots have come at her.
I move.
Okay, they're not going all around here so much anymore. Wondering why that might be. Oh, it's just because I stayed all on one side. Right, okay, that's fine. But here comes some good Flamestorms, I think. Let's wait for the right opportunity. not yet.
Swiftly. At once.
So I guess that's okay. Actually, that might be a better burning head. No, no, no. They're moving around kind of erratically. Hard to predict there. Just wait.
Convent.
Okay,
Swift.
that looks pretty good. I'm gonna take that right there.
Sarrow then.
Yep, that's good.
The winds. On to murder.
And the AI actually kind of dodged it this time.
Destruction awaits.
But we still got that initial burning in on them.
Swift star rises. Ready. Seeking
Alright, so I reckon we get 2 more spell casts, and then
call.
we'll start bringing out the shades. Because the balance of power is looking pretty good now. And she's looking a bit worn out.
Glorious battle. For Cain. On to murder. Swiftly. Sorceress of Grond. Come, Malith. In Malekith's name. Forward.
Okay, just a bit more, and then... No, that's right. We can get the winds first. We've also got Doom Bolt. Might as well use it. Just on anything. Doesn't really matter. It's not an overly potent spell. Could maybe put it on the Temple of Luminarch, but it won't destroy it. Still best to put it into a big clump of infantry.
For vengeance. At once.
Right, might be better off using Burning Head here.
Cry and aha. Marathi moves. Forward.
It's still racking up those kills.
Me.
But yeah, it's getting more and more difficult as they're getting thinned out.
Harbinger. Vengeance awaits.
Okay, last cast, I think. Alright, now, if we want to use the shades efficiently, we have to send them to the opposite side of the map. And they will pick off stragglers.
First sorcerer. Feel my rage. Indeed. Battle calls.
Just to try to rout some of these units here. Probably not going to get that many kills. Alright, cool. Now get over to here as these guys move up. We don't really need to use the Reaper Bolt throwers in this battle, I don't think. We don't have artillery superiority, and I want to be hidden for as long as possible as we sneak up on them.
I move. All powerful. Sorceress of Grond.
So she managed to get 2,300 kills. Marathi got a lot of damage, but not so many kills.
Servant of Hecate.
Right, we've also got the Locust of Hish, which is reducing our power recharge rate. Right, I see. That's fine. The Arcane Conduits compensate us a little bit. Now, the ideal situation for the Shades is for them to be... actually, I got an idea. Why don't we put these guys out here, use them as bait. Because they can't see the Shades, but they'll be able to see these guys here. But they're not going to send that much at it because they will underestimate it. Good, yeah. Within the trees here, the Luminarch can't shoot us. Hopefully the Hellstorm rocket batteries will shoot at us as well. Waste their ammo. Yeah, it's going to take a while before we get any more casts. But as far as I'm concerned, the magic's done enough. Those are grenade launchers. They're not going to shoot at us. Don't think we really need to checkerboard here, because we're not dealing with a huge wave of melee infantry. What should happen is just a few units are just going to come over here and just get instantly annihilated, and then they'll go back into Stalk, and then they'll send a few more over. Just repeatedly just keep sending a few more at a time. Let's head over to the next area over here. What are those? Yeah, if that could leave the battlefield, that'd be great. Let's ensure that they do, since they're out in the open. Doesn't seem like any more reinforcements are coming from here. That's definitely a good thing. Hopefully all of the enemy reinforcements are on the battlefield now. Good. But let's might as well wipe them out so you don't have to deal with them next turn. Alright, they can see these now. They should send some units. Probably not a lot, but they should send somebody. Yeah, let Marathi be at the front there, because she's still got a fair bit of regen to go. And this one here, taking a ton of damage. I still need her to generate magic. Without her, we're not going to get anything. Because we still might get one more Pit of Shades or Flamestorm, which will help us inflict the army losses. Whoops. Dodge, 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 dodge. Yeah. I was a bit too slow on that. Need to get further into the trees. Alright, it doesn't seem like they're taking this seriously enough. Right, maybe we might need to actually bring out the artillery. Then they'll take it seriously. They're just looking at this and it's not even worth sending one unit to come after us. So I definitely want to waste the Templeheart Luminarch's ammo, if we can. But I also don't want to just eat it in the face.
Come with me. I go. Going now. Forward.
Okay, got a different idea. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about it. If they're not going to fall for that trap, then we'll come up their rear this way. And we'll get rid of the Hellstorm rocket batteries first. Then they might take us seriously. Good. Although that one's about to run out of ammo anyway. So maybe we should be coming over here. Problem is, okay, this map is really bad for missile units. Really, really bad for them. There's a lot of silly obstructions all over the place. Maybe come over here. Alright, we might be better off double lining actually. Oh, hang on, hang on. There's a unit over here. Freaking lord. Alright, they might actually take us seriously over here now. Yeah, now they're starting to bring some units over. Okay, that's fine. Shooting a Huntsman General is not the best because he's really small. Although these have a lot of experience, so they should be quite accurate. Should still be standing there. We'll see how that goes. Looks like he's kind of derped out a bit. Okay, gotta kill him. That way we can go back into stalking. Yeah, that's like I'm not gonna land. Come on, hit a tree, hit a tree. Okay, good. Alright, need to go back around this way. Good, the Luminarch I think's just got one shot left, that's good. Yeah, I don't think there's any... Okay, there are still more reinforcements coming in over from this way. Let's see if we can catch them.
We are ready.
I don't think we're going to get in its range in time. Right, Marathi should be okay to just land there and fight that for a little bit. Actually, no, there's outriders there. Pistoliers, just ignore them. Go over here. Still keep the artillery out of the way. It's just a bad map for artillery. Okay, good, they detected us. That's what we wanted, and now we shoot the shit out of them. And we traded, I think, really well for bounce of power there. Just essentially one volley, annihilate them. That's all we needed there. Cool. Don't know if there's more coming from over here. Just not sure. But the bounce of power is looking pretty good. Just keep generating more winds of magic. Might be able to get 2 more flamestorms if we keep this up. Okay, now I'm going to send these 2 over here. Hopefully we don't get pincered by whatever comes in here, but if it's anything comes over this way, it's only going to be one unit. And this is as good a place as any to set up a missile line. And we'll use Marathi to dodge small arms fire while these ones here deal with units that come in closer range.
Indeed. Come with me.
But yeah, we don't need to checkerboard formation here. I don't think that would be beneficial. Generally speaking, you want to checkerboard if you have the range superiority, which we actually don't. And I don't mean missile superiority, I mean range superiority. Their missile units have higher range than ours.
Vengeance awaits.
Because obviously, Marathi can't get Shadow Dart.
On the move.
Okay, as they're coming in. We've now thinned them out enough that we should just be able to fire at pretty much anything and it'll be okay. Well, that was its last shot. We actually managed to get some kills. We already got rid of all the Hailstorm Rocket Battery ammo, so all of the most dangerous units should have been dealt with now. And they're also exhausted, so if they get in too close, we can probably outrun them. Oh, great job! Use the net of Amantok now. That's a really good use of it. You can see here, the shades don't seem like they're shooting very well. It's this fucking map. Missile units just don't shoot very well in this map. Alright, I'm gonna get another flamestorm in. So that looks alright there.
Onwards to murder.
Sorceress of Groan. Leave nothing.
Dealers in death.
Okay, we need some more oomph over here. Yeah, that spell's pretty good against Empire Knights. So we're taking a bit of damage now, but Bounce of Power's looking good. Try to shoot into their biggest amount of Bounce of Power, just so we can inflict the army losses. There we go. So a little bit of damage, but we should be able to recover that just over the end turn. But putting in this effort at the start with the wizards can pay dividends in the long run because we're inflicting so much balance of power damage and they're inflicting next to nothing on ours. Whereas if we have our shades fight at the beginning, shades can't deliver damage without losing some balance of power because of their ammunition. Which is the case with most units in this game. The shades are definitely very good at it, but when we're outnumbered by a lot of trash units, it can be quite bad. And that's why it's so important to put in a wizard into your army. You actually use magic to get rid of their most trashy units, but in huge quantities. Because no shade was ever going to get 2,400 kills. And look at that, we fully recover apart from the single entity. This is why it was so important to put the potion into the wizard here.
New toys. Delightful.
And you get to keep Wiesmund, and you can pick these all off as you see fit next turn. It looks like one of their army was on forced march anyway, so it's completely dead. So there's only 2 remaining of the 3. So we'll go through the rest of this end turn here and see how it's going. Campaign seems to be going fine. Looks like it's got all of the new world. Seems like dwarfs and the Empire are going to be your endgame fight here. This is not a disaster battle. Were you besieging it with... How many times do I gotta tell people not to do this? He besieged it and just starved it out. You could have won that if you had assaulted. Well, I'm not... This is not a disaster battle because you can retreat. Because the thing is, the garrison here... Hang on, let me have a look at this. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty funny situation. I think maybe we should fight it. Because I can show you another technique. I've shown it before. But yeah, I can show you another technique here. I hate it when I see people doing this stuff. Yeah. This map here actually is really advantageous to us. I don't know why people do this. They have everything that they need to assault a settlement, but they just get lazy and they don't launch the attack. As if waiting 7 turns to starve them out is a good call. You know, it just gives the enemy time to bring up reinforcements and attack you. Okay, so here's what we do, right? We don't deploy where they think that we should. Over here. Nah, what for? What for? If whatever the enemy thinks that you should do, just don't do that and you're fine, right? We shouldn't need... Actually, this is a settlement battle that
Dark elves.
we would benefit from checkerboard, I think. Just a little bit. So they can't see our shades to begin with, right? We can lure them over here. Have the artillery just aim at her, but as they're crossing, use her magic.
Eager for battle.
Are you able to shoot into... No, not from this distance. Okay, I'll need to get a little bit closer then. Because you've got to keep in mind as well that these only have 350 range and their artillery is much higher range than that. So they're going to probably start shooting at us quite early if we go in too close. It's not worth this one here getting shot by the artillery. Just keep staying back. Okay, bounce power's in our favor, but we got loads and loads of reinforcements coming in. Enemy reinforcements. So yeah, we'll just wait until they start crossing before we start using any magic. It's good that you got another fire wizard here. Good call. But yeah, with these maps here, if you don't set up over here, the AI just doesn't understand. They're like, how come you didn't set up over there? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? And it completely breaks down.
Traveling. Forward.
So just wait for them to start crossing.
Forward. Swiftly. Shifting. Guided by authority. With
Okay, if possible, try to get their artillery to hit their own units. I was kind of expecting their artillery to deploy closer to their line here, but they didn't do that, and that's fine. Yeah, look, they're hitting their own troops.
Guide me. Fill their blood.
Now, with this one here, we definitely don't want to use Burning Head at all, because of all of the armor that they've got. Good, I'm glad that the... Oh, come on. You're chasing after them the right way. Don't change direction just yet. Otherwise, that was a complete waste. Oh, that first flame storm. They just dodged it. Oh god, taking a lot of damage there. That's okay, that's okay.
Moving on. Seeking victory.
Ounce of power is not in our favor though.
Battle calls. Forward. Power unleashed. Swiftly. Shifting. True
But yeah,
power
The first flamestorm there, not so good.
Seeking
As
entertainment.
soon as they started casting, they changed directions.
Guided by authority.
It's alright.
All shall suffer.
I got more.
Do my bidding. Onward. Seeking distraction. For Hecate.
We just need to make sure we've got spell casts for when they actually start crossing, because that's when we're going to get the most amount of damage. Wasting all of our magic now would be a big mistake. But, you know, a couple of casts here and there. While we've got 30 winds of magic is fine.
Forward, Druki. Ever onward. Traveling. Devoted to bloodshed. On to
Now, because just about none of their units are trash, apart from the miners, it's okay for the shades to shoot at pretty much anything.
true power.
Now, our artillery can start shooting when they hit to here. Now, what they should do is actually keep walking around here and maybe even cross back over this way. It's kind of stupid, because they expect you to just be there, and if you're not, they don't know what to do.
Summoning
So this is what we were waiting for.
destruction. Malice unleashed. Onward.
Oh, man, that just did not go where it wanted it to go.
Bringing
Man, that's not good. I'm not going to use this. It's not as good as Flamestorm. Just wait for another Flamestorm to show up. Oh god, that would have been a better cast there.
forward, Druki.
Haven't done very good casts on this battle so far.
Guide me. Traveling. Moving on. Seeking distraction. Advancing. Follow me. Hatred burns. Shifting. Forward.
Still done her worth. 60,000 damage is good, but man, these spellcasters just
Onto
they just didn't go where I wanted them to. Sometimes that happens.
Ever onward. Unrestrained.
All right, go for the trash at the back here.
Spreading terror. Hecate, guide me. Onward.
Because these guys here are spreading out now. And do you see what they're doing? See how they're not rushing towards the artillery?
Finding
Because they expect us to be here. They're going to run up all this way.
foul sorcery. Supreme
Another thing that we can do is send the wizard back across. And they might actually send some units back across the river to go chase after her.
advancing. Setting forth. Onto battle.
Just watch out because the artillery could be shooting at us.
Shifting. Moving on. Guided by authority. Follow me.
Okay, now that we're back across, let's see what they do.
Battle call. With haste. Reveling in
They're sending their missile units back across. But that's okay, it's just a distraction.
merciless.
Don't worry about wasting magic on them.
Wickedly depraved.
Alright,
Advancing.
bounce of power looks good here. I'm gonna go back across and try to help. Because yeah, that didn't work. They didn't really take the bait.
I summon thee.
Yeah, look what they're doing. They're just so stupid. Okay, maybe yeah, just keep shooting, that's fine.
Guided by authority.
The AI doesn't understand if you're not here.
Searching. Seeking entertainment. Follow me.
Just trying to hit something with that.
Hearken to me. Onward. Hecate, guide.
Okay, let's move up a little bit.
We are ready. Following orders.
Setting forth. Moving on.
Nagarothi.
Okay, and you move back a little bit because they'll start advancing fairly soon. They don't derp out forever. It just takes them a lot longer to get organized than in if it was like a normal field battle.
With haste. Seeking distraction. Fear my power.
I don't think that casted anything.
Inflicting pain. Traveling.
These dwarfs have been very lucky that my casts have been relatively shit in this battle.
Spreading terror.
But the shades are doing a good job.
Unrestrained. Onto battle.
Bolt throwers.
So yeah, they just don't expect you to be over here.
With haste.
They're not programmed to handle this.
Follow me.
They know where we are. They can see most of our units.
Seeking.
They just don't want to go over here.
Searching.
Oh
Forward.
god, get a kill if this keeps up. Can't dodge bullets. Just try and hit anything.
Bidding.
Shades. Battle ready. Orders understood.
Shifting.
Bolts throwers.
Supreme sorcery. Advancing.
Cold-blooded killers.
Moving on.
So they've done their worth in damage. Not necessarily in terms of kills, but they've done their worth in terms of damage.
We are ready.
Seeking distraction. Ikati, guide me.
So yeah, still getting more kills with the Flamestorms. And look, they're still not advancing properly.
Shades. Without question. It is done.
Swiftly. On to battle.
Okay, keep these moving back over here.
Destruction.
Nagarothi.
Forward. Traveling. Spreading terror. Seeking entertainment. Ever onward. Searching. Merciless warriors. With haste.
Alright, Bouncer Battle's looking pretty good, so the Shades should be able to handle what's coming, because they are dual weapons, which is a good choice. So anti-infantry and armor piercing.
Dark elves.
Battle calls. True power unleashed. Setting forth.
Just try and hit anything.
I summon thee.
Bolts throwers.
It's okay to reposition your artillery halfway through the battle. So our front line over here is taking a bit of damage. As they start to take more and more damage, we'll pull them back.
Limitless power. On to battle. Advancing.
Shades. Dealers in death. Blood will flow. Slash. Kill.
Okay, this one here and this one. Pull that back to here. Pull it back. Move into the rear.
Attack.
So the checkerboard actually really did come in handy there. Victory's in our grasp, that's good, but the enemy still have reinforcements to come in, I think. Yeah, did you see how much they derped out in this battle? This is why, when you've got an army like this, don't just set up over here. I think our guys didn't quite... There we go, there's the army losses. Yeah, a bit of damage, but we should actually be able to recover most of it by taking on captives. And now you should have no trouble taking the settlements. No excuse for keeping them starved out. Absolutely no excuse for it. Yeah. Our units are faster than theirs, so... let's try to catch up and kill as many of them as possible. Especially the heroes, because they're the biggest concern for Shades, because the Shades are not super accurate. Alright, that'll have to do. But yeah, there were so many bad casts in that battle, and we still managed to absolutely stomp all over them. Like, don't get me wrong, 678 kills in any battle would be really good. It's just that I know we could have gotten more if some of those vortexes actually went where I wanted them to go, or if I just made better calls with them.
This was your death.
But it happens, so yeah, we recovered a fair bit there. Please no more battles of this intent. Okay, that's the end of it. So I just want to go back over there and have a look. Oh god, why do I always have to do these? Yeah, just grab that. You don't need this. Yeah, most of the units recovered. She's not going to get any replenishment from it. And you should just be able to auto-resolve this now. Yeah, look at that, easy.
May their death
There you go,
be slow.
done.
Take what little they have.
Done. Well, your campaign seems to be going well. It's only turn 134. Chaos Invasion is going on. Don't know if it's... Seems like you've repelled it at your end. And at Wiesmund, where is that? That's over... Wiesmund is over here. You're just about in full strength. I would highly recommend taking this potion of toughness off her. What have you got on this one? Crown of Command. You don't need the Crown of Command. That's pretty good, that ability. Satchel of Potions. Is she immortal? Yeah, any item that you put on her, she can't lose it, even if you lose a battle. So, either the Satchel of Potions or Potion of Healing. We'll put the Satchel... It's just sitting there, not being used. That could have been really... Knowledgeable, nice. Could have been really utilized on that battle. But yeah, in terms of what you're doing in the campaign here, I have no issues. Are these all knowledgeable? Yeah, I got no issues here. Seems like pretty nice, cheesy campaign. Has my approval. Just got to learn how to use your army a little bit better, I suppose. That's all. Because you really can get a lot of efficiency out of these units if you utilize them for their true potential, which is to stalk. The AI is so bad at handling that. Just the problem is you definitely should have the artillery in your army for sieges so that you can launch attacks straight away, which is what you should have done here, but it all worked out in the end, I suppose. But don't keep the artillery and the shades close together. If you get attacked out in the field, you can always just withdraw your artillery. Don't have your shades anchored to them. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.